Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, good evening everyone, good afternoon, and welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. Hey, hey, hey! The last release was the 6th of January. Well, not too bad, not too bad. I mean, we are like 1 month away, you know? Yeah, it's fine. If you can do one release a month is fantastic. But yeah. Let's see, this procedural dungeon is actually taking quite some time. But I mean, it's an interesting functionality. I think we can expand it in the future as well. We can use we can use it for many things. So not just, you know, pure random dungeons. We can use it. And while we do this, we are expanding also our capabilities on traps and doors and lockpicking. And so we actually did some additional, you know, good stuff on top of the wait, let me turn on the light so maybe my face it becomes a bit better. Yeah, it does. If I stay in darkness it cannot pick up my face. Yeah, so overall this procedural dungeon is helping to make things better. So where are we? Okay, so the good news for you is that I managed to do this one. I managed to do this one, which is the invalidate of the timers based on the monster loot. I mean, the evaluation of the timer for the loot or the monsters, right? When I did it only for the loot, actually, not for the monsters, but for the loot is done. Now change the loot to be the PS loot. We did this as well, right? So this is also done, and this is also done. Now I've seen something weird, that if you have a door which is actually locked, you can still use it. Which is a bit weird, huh? I can show you, but I've seen it and I was like, what? Yeah, because locks originally were designed for chest, and I think that the chest is explicitly checking if it's locked before usage. But I think doors are not, and interactable are not. So I think we need to say, yeah, I think I will, whenever we try to interact, I think there is a use functionality in, I don't know if it's in user manager. I think it should be in user manager. Yeah. So I think the interactable the interactable at the moment is not checking that. There is a can toggle that actually goes through a script. I think we can put it in the can toggle. I think I can put it inside of this. I'm thinking if there is a better place. But because in theory we are calling the can toggle because the can toggle is only dedicated to traps. No, we do it here as well. Do we want to be able to unlock the door even if it's trapped? Or do we want... No, I think as it works now, I think it's okay. I just need to add the check for... Now, this is only for interactable, right? Yeah, but I think inside can toggle is the right place. Yeah. I mean, I can show you what it does, but it's obviously wrong. It's obviously wrong. Also, I fixed another small problem that it was on the one of the stairs that it was not. So we generate. So we have no dungeon, right? We have no dungeon. We generate a new dungeon. Boom. And now if I go in any room, right? If I go in any room and I unlock the door, no, if I remove the trap, assuming that I managed to do it, okay, I did it. So now the door is locked, because if I look at it, it says this item is locked, right? But if I try to open it, it's just opening. Because they use on the interactable is not checking the locks on the PS item, because actually there are two separate set of functionality, but I think it's very easy. I think we can do it here. I think we can do it here. Now, here we are in interactable actor. So we should be able to do a get item. So this is actually returning the underlying PS item. And then on the PS item, we have is locked, right? So I think that we will say, if this is locked, right, we will not allow. Now, do we want to send a message or no? Because I don't know if the can toggle is actually sending a message. Request, I don't know if this request toggle is anyway sending you a message, because like when there is a trap, right? Let me go. I think he reset. Yeah, the trap actually reset. So you see that he's saying something is preventing activation. But I think it should be the same, huh? Let me just return false and see what happens. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. I think it's perfectly enough. Hello, Hula. Hi. I'm trying to make more solid the dungeon, right? I mean, basically going through the dungeon. Hello, NMJ. No, NJM. Hi. Have you ever released any game before? No. Never. My whole life has been trying to make Plane Shift. Well, actually, I mean, as a hobby, obviously. But no. Also because, you know, releasing a game is it's not very easy. Well, I guess it depends on the game, yeah. Depends on the game. Depends on the complexity of the game. I guess. What made me want to work on this? Well, I've been a fan of everything fantasy and video games in general, but mostly role-playing game, and I've been, you know, playing a lot of the old video games based on Forgotten Realms and the SSI games, right? And I always want to make a game that was a fantasy game. You're going to release your Fortnite racing game? Yeah, why not? I can try it if you want. I can also try it on stream if you want. If you want me to advertise it a bit, I can do it. Not. I mean, I'm not a fan of Fortnite, but mostly for the graphical. I mean, for how it looks, right? But and I think that the buildings, right, was a bit too hard to do for me at least. So I didn't really pick it up, you know. I played it a bit, Fortnite, but I didn't really play it much. I mean, I've spent, I don't know, like probably 10 hours on it. So these things are now moving, right? I'm not super happy how they move because they are a bit blocky, so they are not very smooth. Okay, so let me see what happens if I remove the trap now. And this can become mini games in the future. Come on. Is a percentage like of 50%, I guess. I'm not here, but I made someone live event for it, so it's more intense than disabled building. Okay. We'll never be able to remove this trap. Finally. Okay, so if I try to use it now, it should tell me... it's not telling anything, though. It's not telling you that the... It's not telling you. It's not telling you, because I think it tells you only when the trap activates. Okay, we can add it. We can say the lock is preventing you from the lock, or we can say this object is locked. I cannot say gate. Well, I can take the name actually. I can say the problem is that there is a dungeon door, so I can say the dungeon door is locked. Or I can just say this object is locked. It's fine. It's fine. People will understand it. Ah, sorry, it's not this. It's the send receive system message, blah blah blah, right? Exactly. Exactly. Oh. Okay, so now at least he will tell you. At least he will tell you that it's locked. But yeah, but you see that it's not working, right? Now, one thing that happens is that the trap resets, but actually the lock doesn't. And the initial state also is not restored, which is kind of annoying actually. Which is kind of annoying. So the trap, I think when you disable the trap, right? I think it's not here. Even if I think it kind of should, because the trap properties are on this guy, right? PS item get trap properties. Ay ay ay. finding it. I'm not finding the right place actually. Okay, activate trap. Activate trap. Do we have a disable trap? Do we have a remove trap? Fuck. We don't have a remove trap. I'm searching something I don't know. Trap icons. What? Bro. It's not searching anymore. What is going on? It's not searching anymore. GG. Visual Studio doesn't want to search. Strange. Star command? No, I remember wings commander. Wing commander, yes. Hello, Video Nomad. Okay, so we need to why we don't get it's going directly through the it's a bit annoying. I'm trying to understand, right? I'm trying to understand which one is the function that we use to actually disable the trap, and I cannot find it. I cannot find it, believe it or not. Okay, request remove trap. Okay, easy. Okay, we found it. Ability manager is under ability manager. GG. Okay, anyway. Disable trap, right? So you see, this is saying start the timer to reactivate the trap, and this one actually works. The problem is, how do we know? Because there are multiple cases possible, right? So there are multiple cases possible. So let's say that we have, we have a lever, right? So if we have a lever that is actually activating a door, right? She's actually activating a door. And this door is actually trapped. So I can have the door trapped or I can have the lever trapped, right? Right? So if I have the trap on the lever, right? And the lever is opening the door. And I trigger, and when I trigger the trap, when I add the trap back, I also change the state of that guy to the initial state. The door will close, right? I think so. So I think that's probably the best way. So that I take that, but I will have to request a toggle though. I will have to request a toggle. But I think we can, eh? Is activating linked objects. Retoggle any linked object. I understand, but I want to also toggle myself. I don't think this is a good idea. Who did it? Hey, who did it in this case is the server. So no one. Let me see what happens. Let me see what happens. So basically the problem here is that the problem here is that if this lever toggles this door and this lever is trapped, when we remove the trap, we would like to have a mechanism to actually reactivate the trap after a certain amount of time. And actually we have this mechanism, but we don't toggle, right? We don't toggle the mechanism again. So now we do. Now we do, and I don't know exactly what is gonna happen. Mainly, I don't know what is gonna happen with... I can test it though, because I have it in a I think I have it in the vault dungeon, right? There is at least one lever that is trapped, and you have to toggle. Now I think at the moment the time for retrigger is very short. I think it's probably 30 seconds or 60 seconds. This time to reactivate. It's based. Okay, it's on the trap itself, so we can define it. Yeah, it's 60 seconds by default. It's 60 seconds by default. But you can specify it on the trap, which I think is the best. So we can have, yeah. So for example, all the doors in the dungeon, I think we can put it as few minutes. I mean, I don't think it should be such a pain to enter as to exit, you know. Uh-oh, we will become black. Maybe not. Yes, we will. So like this door, right? So I remove the trap and then I open it, but it's locked, so I have to unlock it. And now I open it, right? Now I open it and I go through. Well, cannot go through. Now in 60 seconds, right? In 60 seconds, this door will close. The problem is, wow, already 60 seconds. So you see that it closed itself, right? Which is good. Huh? But okay, the trap reset, but the lock did not reset. So I think that we also need to do that. But obviously it needs to have a much longer time, right? So I don't know, it can lock itself in like few minutes. I mean, it cannot be, I mean, or 10 minutes. It cannot be that fast, right? That fast doesn't make any sense. But yes, basically we want yeah, but I think we should do it. I think if it's locked, you know what is the problem though, is that if we have a door that is not trapped, right, but is locked, that will remain locked for unlocked forever. So this is kind of annoying, huh? This is kind of annoying. Should I have a lock retrigger only on interactable? Or should the dungeon do it? I think I like the trap that is doing it by itself, right? I think it kind of makes sense. But maybe the lock can be done by the dungeon itself. So the dungeon, after a certain amount of time, is just resetting. I'm thinking. Now, if we do it on the dungeon, though, is like doing it for all the doors at the same time, while in theory we want each door to go back and lock itself. I think we need a new property. I mean, the same way we have a trap reset time, I think we should have a lock reset time. The problem is that while we have trap properties as a separate table, we don't have a separate table for the, you see this trap reset time? I mean, or we use this trap reset time also for the lock, which could be a solution. It's a bit hacky, but I would say it's okay. Okay, let's try this idea. It's a bit hacky, but I think is reasonable. So I will do I do it together with the trap reactivate or no? Well, I cannot, because actually you may unlock, but you may not remove the trap for a long time. So they have to be separate, actually. Yeah, they have to be separate. So I need another class that is similar to this, which is called, yeah, similar to the brute force reset, right? Brute force reset. Because also the brute force reset is not... wait a second, brute force reset. Brute force is locked. Yeah, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Ha! There is a problem, though. There is a big problem. that after the door has been opened, oh my god, there is a big problem, guys. After the door has been opened, right? If we have the toggle reset, right? Because I open it this way, right? After I open it and I go through it, let's imagine that I close it, right? If I close it and I wait 60 seconds, the door will open itself instead of closing itself. Because we are just calling toggle, you see? It opened itself. It opened itself. By the way, it's not 60 seconds. I don't know. But anyway. It opens itself. Because actually we are not requesting to close. We are requesting to toggle. Which I think is a very bad idea. We should request to return to the original state, whatever it is. Right? The problem is, how do we know? How do we know what is the original state of the? Because I don't think that we save it. I don't think that we save it, right? So interactable as what? Interactable should have a status, right? Or a state or a phase. I don't know how I called it, but no. No. Why? No, it's impossible. It must have a state. Oh my god, is it the state? The state is in the blueprint? No! No! Oh, fuck. The state is in the blueprint, boys. I think so. So we cannot... I mean, or I move it, or I cannot access the state from here. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Well, let's say that we can do it. Maybe we can use another trick. Because we actually know that 0 is always the closed state. So maybe if we just toggle it back to 0. But I'm not sure. Because we don't want the gate to reopen itself, right? We want the gate to close itself, and if it's already closed, to stay closed. So the toggle is not enough. Toggle is not a good idea. Yeah, I think that unfortunately the state is only in blueprints. If I go under blueprints interactable and I take my double door one-sided, right? Double door one-sided. My PS state. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's declared. Oh my god. Unfortunately, it's declared in the blueprint. Ay, 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 ay. And the default value, as you can see here, the default value is actually in the blueprint as well. And in this case, in case of a door, is 2. And in case of a sliding object, in case of a sliding object, there is not even a state. No. There is moved, which is true or false. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, fuck. Ay, 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 Ha! There is a big issue. There is a big issue. So basically I cannot ask the... Well, I can if I... Wow, there is a mess. There is a mess. I mean, I can create a function which is like return to default state. Okay. And return to and then I can have in the begin play, I can save the default state, right? In a temporary variable. And so I can call from my C++, I can expose a function that is return to default state, right? The problem is that if I do that, then the linked object... no, it may work because I call toggle only if I'm not in the default state, right? And that will kind of work. Yes. 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 I think I have an idea that may work. Okay, so what do? We so like, yeah, like similarly like we have get current state, right? Because get current state sorry, but get current, what is get current state doing then? Get current state, we didn't implement it. We didn't implement it? Okay, no, it's not implemented.
Yes!
Yes! Okay, so we can do it this way. We can do it this way. We can do it this way. We can have a new blueprint implementable event, which is called get default state. Okay. Okay, so we create a default state, right? And then we save the default state. Now the problem is that I also need the current state, right? Because I will have to compare them. If there is already the same or not. If it's not, I call toggle, right? Yeah, exactly. So for gates, I mean, for all the one that are Boolean, I think we could do 0, 1. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I think that this may actually work. It may actually work, but I have to do a bunch of stuff. Huh? I have to do this, and then I also have to implement the new lockable thingy. So there will be a UPS lockable reset, right? UPS lockable reset, and yeah, I'm doing two things at the same time, but I think it's okay. Because we have the same problem here, huh? We have exactly the same problem here. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, obviously this needs to exist, but oops. Obviously that needs to exist, right? And in this case it's simpler because there is nothing else to do than just locking. In the case of the brute force, actually we will have to check if the default state is, right? So we will have to do what? So we toggle only if the current state is different than the default state. And now this works with objects that have 2 states. If you have objects that have 3 states, that will be a bit of a mess. But at the moment we don't care about the one with 3 states, okay? We don't care. We don't care. So yeah, but I think the logic is good. The logic, I mean, if I can, I think the logic is good. So we need to implement this too. Get current state and get default state. And they run server side only, obviously. because interactable, the whole interactable, well, I mean, they also run on the client somehow, but we don't reset on the client, we reset on the server only. Okay, so if this would, now we will do this, and then so whenever we lockpick, because now the problem will be, I think the problem will be the reset timer. Huh? Dummy to be done. What do you mean? Yes, you know, there is a lockpick. We do it differently, but yeah, it is. And no, it is the same. Bro. Pick lock. Request lockpick. Handle lockpick. Start lockpick. So start lockpick, blah 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 blah. UPS war game event lockpicking. Oh my god. UPS work event. GG. Lockpick complete. Okay, we are here. Here is when we complete you fix me, was checking for target validity. Do we still need it? I don't know. Yeah, lockpicking also has the other problem that you may unlock and then you may lock it again. Right? But I think it's the same reasoning, right? So if you unlock it, uh-oh. There is a save being called here. I don't know what this save is doing on our dummy object. Interesting. So basically we will have to do it kind of here, right? So kind of here we will have to say we will have to say if it's an interactable object, example part of a dungeon, schedule the reset, right? Now, it will not work in all cases. Like if in the future we will have like player housing or things like that. I mean, if we have guild houses, but guild houses locks are done in a different way. So I think that here we will only check if it's an interactable. We will only check if this object, right, is an interactable. So we will check if this is, first of all, if he has get item actor, and second, if what? And second, if we can actually cast this guy 2PS interactable actor. Right? And so if this happens, we are sure that it's an interactable. Right? And if this is true, we do the same as we did on with the brute force, right? So we do this. Now the only question will be, what do we use as a timer, right? Because actually we don't have a timer. But fine. So we will call I think we will have to add a timer sooner or later. Because this will be 0. I mean, this will not be set, I guess. This will not be set unless we use the same value. We can use the same value for now. Fuck it. We use the same value. GG. This I think is lock, right? We use the same value. So basically I need in my where is that? In the trap? No, here. So basically here when we add the lock, right? When we add the lock, we also set the there is no brute force reset item on my item, right? Because the brute force reset timer is where? Is on interactable. So I will have to set Okay, I mean, it is not very clean, but fine. It's not very clean, but I think it's okay. I can improve it in the future. Okay, so here we lock it again, right? Here we lock it again. Okay, so we did the lock part. Let's finish what we were doing for the get state, because we didn't do anything on that, right? And we have to do it. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Fine. Okay, so now we have the two functions, right? We have the interactable, we have the get default state and that current state, right? So now we need to implement it at least in the gates and in the doors, right? Which are the two. And we can implement it actually in the archetype object. So whatever door you have, it will still work, right? As long as it is a one-sided double door, it will work. And I guess the default state will always be closed. Yeah. So if we go, I think we can change all the one side, because the double side is a bit of a mess, but the one side we can, right? So the one side sliding object and the one side. So we can go here and actually, I think I would like to put it right at the beginning here. So we save, so in the begin state, I mean in the begin play, we create a new variable that is called default state, right? Yeah, it is called default state. And as a default, but I want it as an integer though, because everything needs to be an integer. So in the default state as an integer will be 0, meaning not moved, right? Meaning not moved. So then I will implement my get default state. Yeah. No, I mean, wait a second. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, in this case, it's very stupid because it's just one value, but it's okay. So we set the default state to 0. So we say that by default, you know, this should be 0. And then what? We have a get default state thingy? Huh? No, it's an implementable event. You stupid one. Is an implementable event, no? Ah, because I did it implementable event and blueprint callable at the same time. Oh my god. No. Sorry. Because I copied it from the from the do toggle, which is a weird one. No, must be only blueprint implementable event. No blueprint callable. You know that you can do this, by the way? I don't know if you know, but you can have a blueprint callable and implementable event, and incredibly enough, it works. I hope they never remove it, because we have the we have our interactable use actually that possibility. So you have the same function that is declared in blueprint as callable as callable and implementable. So it's So you have basically two declarations in two places, one in the C++ and one in the blueprint with the same name. Which I understand is a bit weird, but we use that. It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange, but that's what it is. Miscompiling. Miscompiling, boys. Miscompiling, boys. Oh my. It's taking time. What is it saying? Get component by class. Use one of the get component implementation as a product. Please update your code with a new API. What is the new API? What is the new API? Okay, so now we should have it correct. So basically what we want to see that if we close the gate and the timer resets after a certain amount of time, the gate will not open, right? But the gate will stay closed. And we do that because we will check that if, you know, the default state, right, is whatever, we don't. Exactly, yeah. Ah, we were passing in the same interactable? Ah, okay. Okay, that's fantastic. So we don't have to say null. We can pass in the actual mechanism. Which is very good. Wow, why these functions are never in the right place? Arrgh. Jesus. Okay. Okay, so now. What? Why is like this? Why the implementable event is a function now? Huh? It's kind of weird. Anyway, I think it's fine. I mean, that's a bit weird, no? The implementable event becomes a function now? Since when? Blueprint implementable event. Is because it's not read and write or something? Huh? I don't know. So weird. I don't know. It's so strange. Usually implementable events are actually created as events, right? And not as and not as functions. Is this something that changed recently? No. Like for example here, right? I have event receive background music, right? And receive background music is an implementable event, right? Like this. So why? Ah, because it needs to return a value. Ah, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense because this one doesn't return a value, but that one does. And so if you have an that's very nice. If you have a blueprint implementable event which actually needs a return value, it becomes a function. Ah, okay. Easy. Okay. Didn't think about that, but it's a good point. Yeah. So the default state, so we need to have the same here, right? So we need a new variable that is called default state and is an integer, and we will set the default state in the begin play, right? Now here the default state is actually 2 for whatever weird reason. Which is the value of my PS state at the beginning, right? Is this 2, but it's okay. I mean, we don't care. It's fine. So now we do we override get current state, and get current state is my PS state, while default state, like we just did, is default state. Okay. So now in theory the door and the sliding object and the gate, right, should be correct. Yeah. The gate and the sliding object should be correct. We can try and see. We can try and see. So how do we test it? Well, very easy. I mean, and the lockpick. Wait, did we finish the lockpick? Yeah, I think we did, because actually in Work Manager we said that if this is an interactable, we schedule the reset by using the same time of the brute force, right? Yeah. Which, by the way, doesn't really look like 60 seconds. I don't know why, but it looks much shorter than 60 seconds. It looks like 6 seconds, but it's actually 60. I don't know. Maybe time is passing fast when you do stuff. I don't know. So basically what we are doing now is an additional element in this list. Which is related to doors, actually. So we are still working on doors. And is ensure traps and locks on doors. Well, not only traps and locks, because it's traps, locks, and position and state, right? Is reset on doors after some time, right? And this one, in theory, if it works now, it should be done. In theory, should be done. We are doing a bunch of stuff, boys. We are really doing a bunch of stuff, no? We are doing a bunch of stuff. Okay. So. I go and find a gate. This guy, bro. Exactly in front of the door. I placed it. Huh? Oh my! There is one in the stairs. Fuck it. Fuck it. Okay, like this door, right? This door I can unlock. I mean, I can remove traps. I can remove trap. Come on. Please. Please. Fuck. Okay. And I can unlock, right? And now I can finally open it. But if we wait 60 seconds, which I don't know why it feels less, but if you wait 60 seconds, it will close itself again, and it will be locked again, and it will be trapped again. Right? I don't know, maybe we can go the other side just for fun. So I don't know exactly what the timer should be. What do you think? What do you think the timer should be, guys, for the reset? Now seems to be super long. It's not working. He did it already and it's not working. We don't know. I mean, 60 seconds, I think they're already gone, no? They're not? Ah, fuck, I didn't change the default state when I'm moving things. No, sorry. Yes, there is a piece. There is a piece missing. There is a piece missing. We didn't switch. We didn't switch the current state. Oh, no, we did. We did. We did. No, we did. We did. We did. The state is obviously changing. No, no, wait. We did. We did. We did. So why is not? Why is not? Huh? Hmm? Wait a second. The trap resets. Wait a second. Wait a second. The trap resets and the lock resets. The trap resets and the lock resets. Bruh. No, but also this should toggle the door, eh? Yeah. With the same with exactly the same logic. Let me just put these three things together so it's a bit easier, because it's kind of a mess to have them all separate. So we reactivate the trap and we toggle the guy. Yeah, but it's in the same. It's exactly the same also for the. Also for this is the same. Yeah, the only problem I have is, how do we know? if this stuff is triggering or not. I will launch it in debug just to check. I will launch it in debug because we need to understand. Yeah, but the only problem is if the timer is 0 for whatever reason, right? It should never be. But the brute force at the moment is only it's only memory, it's not saved. Yeah, brute force is locked. Exactly. Why this is false? It should be true, not false. Huh? Why this is false? It should be true. Anyway, that's a bit weird, huh? Okay. Let's go and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now if I remove the trap, right? Come on. Okay, I removed it. So now in theory, right, we have 60 seconds. So it's 14:35, right? We have a 60 seconds trigger, assuming that I have set the trap property correctly. That should trigger here, right? You see that is way less than 60 seconds, but anyway, it came here now, right? And he's checking if the door is open and if okay. This one worked. This one worked because actually the door is trapped again. I just don't understand why it's so short, because it seems that it's like 10 seconds. We have to check in the... But anyway, okay, it's fine. So now this thing is trapped again. You see? Which is good, huh? Which is good. Now I unlock it. And actually I unlocked it properly. And now I still cannot open it because... But at least it's not locked anymore, right? So in 60 seconds from now, I think we have like a 10-second trap reset. But it's fine. So in 60 seconds from now, that thing would be locked again. Awfully. Where was it? Like 30? I can shorten it, by the way. Okay, yes, you see? And he's doing the same. He's checking if the state is not the state, blah, blah, blah. Okay, nice, 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 nice. So he didn't actually open the door, right? So now we try to do both. And now let me unlock it first, because the unlock is 60 seconds. Let me unlock it first, and then we remove the trap, right? And now we open it, right? Now we open it. So in 10 seconds from now or something, when the trap triggers, this will close automatically. Hopefully. And if not, it will close again when the other will trigger. In theory, you should do it on the trap as well. I have the breakpoint, right? Yeah, he did it on the trap. He did it on the trap. Fuck. Why? Current state is not different than default state? You stupid or what? How can he say that the current state is not different from the default state? It's impossible. Huh? He's saying that it's not. Huh? Bro. I mean, unless this object is deriving from another interactable, right? What? It's impossible, guys. It's basically the server thinks that our door is already closed. I mean, are we not changing the state server side? No, that would be a disaster, because then people will see the door closed when they are open and vice versa, right? So that I don't think is possible, because we are returning for interactable door one side, right? Which is the father of my. I mean, I can double check. Let's double check that the doors that we are using for the dungeon is not this. Is this one, degen doors, right? Degen doors is derived from yeah, double door one-sided. Double door one-sided, right? So this thing, right? This thing as so it's calling this 100%. Ah, double door. Fuck me. Okay, sorry, there are two. There is door and double door. There is door and double door. I did door instead of double door. Okay. So door one-sided, and there is double door one-sided. Okay, my bad. Okay. So we need to do the same thing here. We need to set... so we need a new variable, which is default state, which is the integer, and default state will be set to whatever is PS state. State is 2 again. Okay. So we will set it as
Just
2.
do it!
Just do it! So the default state is 2. And then we need to do what? We need to override those two functions, right? We need to override get current state, and get current state will take state. And then we have to override default state, and default state will take default state. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we did the other door actually. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. 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 I believe. Drum roll. We want to see the door close, basically. And then we want to see the door not opening if it's already closed. Okay, so that is what we... because we did all this mess to avoid that effect, right? Now, one thing that is annoying is that if you go through the dungeon, you open all the doors, right? Then you arrive at the end of the dungeon and the doors are all closing behind you, right? So do you think that we should... so what is the right time to close all the doors, huh? Wait a second, there was a critical error here. What is this? Guildhouse stamp. Guild owner no longer exists. What the fuck? Guild owner no longer exists. Are you serious? Ah, because I renamed it. Oh my god. Thank god I seen it, otherwise... thank god I seen it, otherwise no guild house would work. Fine. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? By the way, we are generating dungeons every minute. It's insane, huh? We generate dungeons like without any issue. Yeah, this thing. So this line, anyway, I can fix it. One more. So now, remove trap. Boom. Boom. Removed. Unlock. Open. It should close. I don't know when, but it should close. Please. Please close. No? Fuck. It's not closing? Oh, it's closing. Thank you, God. Okay, so now it's still unlocked, right? So in 60 seconds, I don't know, 30 seconds left, this will be locked again, right? At the moment it's not locked, you see? It's not saying that it's locked. But this will lock again in 60 seconds. Because the trap and the lock are two different events. Close it around 30, yeah? So at the moment it's still unlocked. Okay, now it's locked. And you see that it did not open. So it is working. It is working. Now, if we can do it with a gate, let's do it with a gate. Do we have a gate, please? Gate, please. Gate. No? No gate? Gate. So if you do the same with a gate, so we unlock, we search for the trap, we remove the trap, come on. Okay, we open. La 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 la. We go in. And this thing will close, huh? Around 30 seconds? Yeah, maybe it's 30 seconds. Maybe so what is the right timing in your point of view? How much time we should have before everything resets? Okay, it actually closed. Fantastic. Now, if you are below it, I think we will push you. I think we will push you away. Okay, so it works, huh? It works. So we have doors. Okay, so, okay, fine. This was a good change. It was a very good change. That, by the way, is broken in the existing game because there is already a dungeon with... So this is done. Now change traps to be PS traps. So with damage. Okay, this should not be too hard because we already have an overlap, right? We already have an overlap getting triggered. So whenever I am on top of the... Whenever I am on top of a trap like this, right? I am here. If I am here, right? The server knows... and you see that it's printing overlap, right? It's printing overlap. So every time this thing goes through me, touches me, we go through an overlap. So, and this overlap is somewhere here. Yeah, it is here, right? It is here in the trap. So the question is, do we want the trap to... So how do we configure the trap for damage, right? How do we configure the trap for damage? Well, at the moment, we only have one script, but I think we need to create multiple scripts, right? We don't have a trap script, actually. We have... we have what? We have... Traps. There are 3 types of traps. Traps on the ground, which are spawned with action location based on proximity. The definition is done in action location specifying trigger proximity script. With action locations, huh? Okay. A trap placed on a level. Example, a lever on a door. In this case, a place on a trap placed on a spawnable items. Example, a chest. Right. But now we need a 4th type of trap, because these 3 traps are good, but are not enough, because we need a trap that moves, right? We need a movable trap, and the movable trap is that one. Now, the only problem I have with this is that we cannot disable it. While it would be very nice if our players could disable the trap, at least temporarily, right? Yes. So how can we have a trap that can actually be disabled using the other system? Because in theory it's this, eh? So if I go... that is not easy as well. I mean, it is easy to make that trap do damage, but it's not easy to have that trap be disableable. Disableable. Let me see if I do name like trap. Trapdoor. No. I think I placed an interactable... Wait. Interactable trap. Yeah, exactly. Interactable trap. Interactable trap. Interactable proximity. Interactable proximity. Interactable proximity. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So interactable proximity. Interactable proximity was the one that I created, which basically on component begin overlap, right? He was doing this thing. But if I remember right, wait a second, let's go, because I placed one of those traps, right, to do a test. And one of those traps is actually here. Should be, don't remember, I think it's here. Have you seen some answer to your question on the forum? No, did you check, Ulla? Because I received an email. I received an email if they answer, and I didn't see any answer, so I can check. No answer. If you want, there is the link if you want to check it in the future, but no, there is absolutely no answer. Zero answer. Okay, so if I am here and we go, so I think that on this stair there is a trap, right? If I remember right. Exactly. So on this stair there is a trap, right? I just don't remember how you detect it. I mean, you detect it with the ability, right? But because you have an ability to detect traps, right? Now the only problem is detect traps, right? Oops. That thing is still fucked up. I don't know why. So if I detect traps in the area, I am detecting traps or not? I am. It doesn't tell you that you start to detect traps. It's pretty weird. I didn't detect anything. But basically, I should be able to detect the trap, and if I detect it, the item should spawn. Why is not telling you anything? That is very bad. So after detect traps finishes, you don't get a message, nothing? You don't even get a message when you start? You get nothing? Wow. It's kind of strange. Ability manager. Search trap. Search trap. Check ability, be sure we can. Can activate ability. You need to have the right skill rank, okay. Search trap. Target object. No, but it's not this, huh? No, it's not this thing. There is the other one. There must be a kind of a scan for traps or whatever. Detect. Detect trap. Disable trap. Why? Huh? Handle ability. Detect trap. One second. We need to understand. Detect trap, yes. We inspect the ground. Register the ability. Yeah, but it's not telling you anything. I mean, it's so bad. It's not telling you anything like you start to detect something. Nothing. It's telling you nothing. Is it the same with the secret passages? I mean, it's not telling you anything. It's so bad. Detect secrets, right? Detect secrets is 180 intelligence. Okay. So if I click on this, right? Wow. It's telling you nothing. Why? Okay. So we need to add, you know, yeah, we need to add something here. Like you start to detect, you start to... Yeah, I mean, it's so bad. We are not saying anything. So let's add something, right? Ability secret door, register the ability, start the timer. So here, basically, right? We can say you start to search for secret passages. It's called secret doors, or what is called? Detect secrets. You start to search for the secret passages or secret. Well, actually, it doesn't have to be a passage. Can be also a secret something. So let's say you start to search for secrets or secret things, whatever. It's okay. There's a message info. There's a message info. And then in the same way, when you start to detect traps, it should tell you start to search for traps, right? I think it would be nice if your character is playing a special animation. A mail. Yeah, I receive an email. Yeah, I receive an email every time someone answers to my post. I do. So let's say that in the same way, right? When you stop detecting, would be nice if you get, right? If you get a message. Schedule another check. Yeah, it's basically here, right? Here we say you stop to search. You stop searching. You stop searching. You start searching. I think it's better English, no? You start searching, you stop searching. Probably yes. And the same for traps. And the same here. Okay, at least we have some messages now. But apart from the messages, what we need to understand how to connect a normal trap with this trap. Because... yeah, I mean, you search for that. I don't find it, but in theory it should be here. I don't know what is the distance, right? I don't know if I have to be closer. But let me try again. Ah, yes. You see, I found it here. So this is basically spawned on top, and now, you know, you can click it. And you can... I don't know if you have to click this again. Yeah, I think you have to click this again. You cannot use this ability. You are already busy doing something else. I don't think so. Huh? Yeah, but it doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me if I removed it, if I didn't remove it. It doesn't tell me anything. In theory, if you remove it, it's going away. I think at the moment it's like a 50-50 chance. It's not going away, huh? Maybe I'm just unlucky. But yeah, I should print more stuff, like you try to disable the trap or something. No, it's not doing it. But the same. Okay, so let me just see one thing. Remove. Schedule another. Trap found. Trap found. Detect trap. Okay. But yeah, you found a trap is telling you this at least, right? At least you found a trap is telling you. But then when I schedule again, I don't understand the remove though. How does the remove work? It's very weird, huh? Did we actually do the remove or no? Why I'm looking at this? Detect traps. I don't remember if we did the removal of the trap in the old system. Because here we are only detecting the trap. We are not... disable traps. Yeah, for sure we have the disable because it's coded. It's actually coded. Success. Disable trap. Disable trap. Request remove trap. But bro, request remove trap. Oh fuck! It is a right click. It is a right click, but he has a very short range. Shit. Okay, so that's the way you do it, right? So you have to go kind of close and click on remove trap. And then here you have a chance to remove it or not. Right. And now I deactivate it for a certain amount of time. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so we need to use the same technique, but with the other traps. Huh. It's not very easy though, because I mean it. Because no, I mean the logic is the same. The difference is that this trap is a proxy trigger trap. The one that is moving is not, right? But it's a dungeon trap. So we need to do exactly the same. So we need to have a function. We need to have a function that allows us to search all the traps in range, right? Because at the moment what we do, we only wait. This search trap is non-interactable. Yeah, so in reality is UPS detect trap event for the traps that are around you, right? So I think we can use exactly the same ability, exactly the same method, exactly the same, with the difference that this is an interactable. So you see, at the moment we are searching all the proxy triggers in range. And I think we can do this. I think we can do this. Right? Yeah, I think we can use exactly the same technique. I think it will look. I think it will work very, very good. Actually, I think it will work very, very nice. Yeah, I think it will. Now, I think that this can return directly a dungeon trap, no? Yeah. I think it can return an A dungeon trap. I mean, if we can make all the traps inheriting from the same class, it will be so much easier, right? Now... Clear line of sight. Wow. Wow. We are going advanced here. Advanced stuff, bro. So this thing is basically the same, right? With the difference that now we have, we are iterating on a dungeon trap, which is anyway an actor. So I think it should work. It should work fine.
Hello. What are you doing?
Hello. I'm trying to make more traps, so you can fall into them. This is what I'm trying to do it. To do. Action, location, sides, radius is exactly the same. Check line of sight. This is based on a base. Okay. If trap is this, so do we call it with line of sight or no? I don't know. If trap is disabled, we don't consider it. Yeah, good. Fine. I think it would be exactly like this. Exactly. So now... So now... Proxy trigger. Well... Proxy trigger... Proxy trigger, I don't know. Proxy trigger. Proxy trigger at the end is an actor, right? Everything is an actor. Proxy trigger is a trigger box. Trigger box is a trigger base. And trigger base is an actor. GG! Okay, so it's okay. So we can I just say actor here so that we can actually then assign this to this and this to this, and now the only problem will be, okay, that we need to treat them slightly differently, right? because okay, trap found, right? We found a trap, has detected trap. This is the same. This is the same. This is the same. This is the same. Yes. That is the same, and at this point, and at this point, and at this point, wait a second. Wait a second. Because what? Our proxy trigger actually has our proxy trigger actually has trap properties on it. That's a very bad idea. Okay, I did it this way. Okay, well, it's a bit of a mess, but fine. It's okay. I mean, it's not exactly the best, but I think it's okay. I mean, the best would have been that also the proxy trigger is an interactable somehow, right? But I mean, actually, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. Proxy trigger. I mean, we have seen here that the proxy trigger is an interactable proximity, no? Okay, anyway, but I don't want to change what is already working. So what is already working, I'm not gonna change. Fine. Fine, no problem. If the trap is found, right, so if we arrive here, right, we just need to determine which type of trap we are dealing with. Right? So is it a proxy trigger, right? So we take our trap found, right, and we cast it to this guy. A proxy trigger trap trigger equal to cast b proxy trigger b trap found b, right? So is the proxy trigger or a dungeon trap? So because these are two different things, right? Because I mean, in theory they should be the same, but they are not at the moment, and I don't know if I will ever reconcile the two. Probably never. But would be a good idea, you know, that these two things are actually having the same father, but at the moment they don't. Just because the trigger doesn't need any interactable properties, right? Anyway. So we check if he's a proxy trigger or is dungeon trap, right? So we do so we do what? So basically if the trap is a trigger, if the trap is a trigger, right? We trap actor for this marker. No, this we need to change. Okay, this will become an A actor. This will become an A actor. It must become an A actor. So the only difference will be this line. The only difference will be this line or not. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Why a dungeon trap doesn't have trap properties? No, please, no, please, no, please, no, please. No, please. Yeah, it doesn't have. It doesn't have because it doesn't. It doesn't have because it doesn't. Okay, so do we need to add a trap? Well, in theory, yes, because we need the script when it's initiated. We need to know if it's trapped or not. Well, trapped or not, it would be trapped, but... Yeah, because actually, our dungeon trap, right? Our dungeon trap is not an interactable by itself. So you cannot operate the trap, right? You cannot. You cannot click on it, do stuff with it. So it's actually... Well, we can add... I see. I'm thinking very deeply. But I think that yes, we need... yeah, we need the same. We need the same, guys. We need the same. We need the same. We need exactly the same. We need exactly the same. Now, the problem of this... I mean, there is good and bad. The good part of this is that yeah, the good part of this is that we didn't have a place to put the script, and now we have it, right? And we have the trap strength as well, which is pretty good. So I would say that there is a good change. I mean, it's a bit of a messy change, but I would say that is okay. It is a bit spaghetti, but let's say that is good spaghetti. Let's say that is good spaghetti. So we set the trap properties to this guy on the interactable, and then we set the trap actor of this marker, but this one absolutely needs to be an A actor, right? So at the moment, this thing can be a proxy trigger or a dungeon trap. Right? These are the two that we are managing at the moment. And so this line will be the same. Right, because it is an actor. To the real trap, right? To the actual. Set the reference to the actual trap in our new spawn trap marker, right? So this is what we are doing. Okay, this is very good. This is very good. So this basically means that now, and then I need to go because it starts to be late, but this basically means that now let me just do this check-in because otherwise I will forget 100%. I have to check in only the guild house to say that I changed the name. Change name of guild house owner variable. Okay, so let's check in. And so if we recompile now, right, we will be able to find also the traps. Now the problem will be the location, right? Because the location will be a bit weird, I think, but we can see. It will detect also the dungeon traps. And in theory, it will allow me to deactivate the trap. But then nothing will happen. So the trap will still work. But in theory, it would be nice if the trap would stop moving. Right? I think it would be very nice. We can do that. And this may work for many different type of traps, right? So we could have like a ball of fire, you know, that is spit into the corridor, right? And then we'll have a trigger on it, right? Dungeon trap, come on. You don't like my dungeon traps? Why? Where are we? We are in a real... Hello, IntelliSense. Hello. Never freaking works. I don't know why the IntelliSense is so stupid. So slow. I'm just gonna type it. GG. IntelliSense is so slow. And so stupid. Like now it's saying that this include does not exist, but in reality it does. I don't know. Someone told me I use Rider, but Rider is like $200 a month. No, a year. I mean, in theory I could pay that, but Visual Studio works okay. Well, it's a bit slow. Should I switch to Rider? Maybe I should. I don't know. I mean, Rider should give us a free license, no? Considering we are making a free game. No? Okay, this is the last compile and then I really need to go. But I want to test at least if we see the trap in the dungeon, right? We should be able to see the trap in the dungeon. So what we are doing now is what is compiling. We are doing this. Change traps to be PS traps, which actually includes a number of things. Drum roll. Because there is not just damage, right? Damage is easy. The problem is allow traps, you know, allow traps to be detected and removed. Well, and temporarily removed. I mean, it's not removed forever. Temporarily removed, right? Allow traps to be detected and temporarily removed. Okay, let's go. Let's go, drum roll. Drum roll. Drum roll. Let's go. Let's go, boys. We're making progress. We go a bit slow, but we're making progress. I'm pretty happy about what we are building. We are building a completely new system in the game, which is nice. It's taking time, but yeah, it's fine, you know. I mean, if you're building good stuff, I mean, time I think is okay. I'm okay to invest time if you are building something that is actually useful and, you know, and improves the game. So we're not wasting time, right? We are really building things that are, I think they are good. Will make the game way more interactive and interesting, right? Which is what I've been trying to do since quite some time. But these are all these pieces, you know, connected together. The dungeons, the generation, the whatever. So these are all small pieces that are coming now into fruition, right? Okay, like this trap now. Okay, it's not positioned properly, but who cares, right? This trap I can detect now, right? So if I go in my abilities and I search for traps, at least it's giving me a message now. Will be nice if my character is like looking around, right? That would be good. I'm still searching. In theory, okay, we didn't find. I don't know if there is a percentage. I think there is a percentage. You start to search. I think we should say you start searching. To search, I think, is a literal from Italian and is a bad idea. You start searching for secret. You start searching for traps. It's not working though. Let me see. It's not working. Is there a percentage or it just found? Search radius 4 meters. Trap found. It seems to be automatic. It seems to be automatic actually. Am I too far? Well, I don't know. The center of the trap in theory is here. Let me try again. There should be no reason why I'm not finding it, no? Why I should not find it? I don't know. It doesn't find it, boys. It doesn't find it. I don't know why. Maybe because the center is in the middle of the wall or something. Arr. Arr. I didn't launch it in debug mode, but yeah, it's 4 meters, right? 4 meters. Find nearby, search. We have true as the clean site. Clean site. But what is using for? Let me see. We have a yes. What is using? He's using line of sight. He's using line of sight to scene query stat, line of sight, line trace test by channel, visibility. Yeah, it may be that I didn't enable. I didn't enable the proper channel on the trap to actually be detected, or is slightly underground, and so being underground I don't see it because the line of sight is blocking me, right? That is a possibility. I think we can turn it false and see what happens. Yeah, let's turn it false a second. Last test. Last test, okay? Last test. Last. And we will also start it in debug mode so that we can actually see what happens here, right? We will start it in debug, and I don't know why. 4 meters. 4 meters is not much. I mean, 4 meters, you have to be really in the right spot. But okay, maybe it makes sense. Okay, so your drum roll is working for now. I mean, it's still valid for now. Your drum roll is still valid, okay? Drum roll. You know that on Twitch we could do the polls with betting points, in theory. My PC just stopped existing. What's going on? It's loading a lot. Is building, is loading. Come on. You can do it. Starting in debug mode, guys. Starting in debug mode is insane. It's absolutely insane. It's super slow. It is super slow. Okay, we are here, okay? So now we are also in debug mode, so there is no... What the fuck just happened? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Like, for example, right, if we search this guy is also a trap, right? This guy is also a trap. Can we search? Trap found, trap found. Okay, we found the trap now. Ah, you see? Now fuck? Okay, we found it. Yeah, relax. Why are you doing it again? Why is doing it again? Huh? Why is doing it again? Anyway. He's doing it again. We will have to, so you see, now we have this trap that corresponds to this trap, right? And I could try to remove the trap, right? Now, I didn't manage to remove the trap. But if I remove it, like now, right? This guy, in theory, should stop. That would be very nice, right? So that we remove the trap and this guy stops. That I think would be fantastic. Can we detect the trap? So yeah, probably was just a problem of vision. Was just a problem of vision, guys. Yeah, you see that we found it? You see that we found it, so we can right click and remove it. So this could be also for traps that are not exactly visible, right? I think it's very good. I like it. 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 Detecting traps. I just don't know why. I just don't know why that event is running again and again and again and again and again. Even if you already finished detecting, I think it's because it goes on until the end of your detection power, right? Yeah. But anyway, that's it, guys. So this was the idea, right? This was the idea. And I think we did good. We made some good progress. And I can just post a small screenshot, I don't know, here, saying detecting traps in dungeon. Are searching for a trap skill. Yeah, the trap skill is this one. Detect and remove traps, which is based on your intelligence. Now, what we could do, we could give higher chance to detect the trap based on your intelligence, right? You have to be, at the moment, you have to be quite intelligent to actually be able to detect and remove traps. So you have to be at 150, which is a lot. And then we can have, you know, if you are like more, we can give you more chances to actually remove it. And something like that. Now this thing will stay there forever, I think. In theory, should go away, actually. But anyway, that's all, guys. So thank you for watching. Tomorrow I will not be here because I am busy, but I will be here Saturday. So for now, I will say bye-bye. I will wave goodbye. And yeah, I will see you Saturday afternoon around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 4 5 p.m. Saturday, I'm a bit more flexible, but 4 5 p.m. European time. And yes, if you want to click on follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and also check our other socials. We also have a new Reddit, you can check it. And yes, we are on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Discord, on Twitter, on X, on whatever. So yep. So see you soon. See you soon, guys. Bye. Bye. Have a good night, everyone.